transformed information or secured information sent to the receiver in order to protect the data as well as the validity of the data. So ciphertext is the transform message. So what is meant by cipher? Cipher is nothing but an algorithm. It is an algorithm either followed on the encryption side or followed on the decryption side. Your key may be same or may be different on either side. You may be using same key for the sender as well as same key for the receiver. Or you may use a different key, one for the sender and another for the receiver. So under unit number 2, we are going to discuss two important topics. One is called block cipher. Another one is called public key cryptography. This public key cryptography is also called PSK cryptography. Public key, it is called PKC. Now let us see the topics at a glance under unit number 2. Data encryption standard. Encryption means converting your plain text information into ciphertext information. So data encryption standard, abbreviated as DES algorithm. Second one, block cipher principle. So I told you one important topic, block cipher. Cipher is nothing but an algorithm. Why it is called block cipher means the total message will be converted in terms of block. Then only encryption will be applied using a key or an algorithm. That is why it is called block cipher. Message will be converted in terms of block. So principles of block cipher. Third one, block cipher mode of operation. So there are various modes of operation under block cipher. We are going to see one by one. The fourth one, advanced encryption standard. That means AES. Data encryption standard DES, but advanced encryption standard is called AES. Then one form of AES is called DES is called triple DES. Blowfish RC5 algorithm. There is one algorithm called Blowfish RC5 algorithm used for encryption. Then comes public key cryptography. So the first half corresponds to block cipher and the second half corresponds to PKC. What is PKC? Public key cryptography. Principles of public key crypto system, RSA algorithm, key management, Diffie-Hellman key exchange, elliptical curve arithmetic and cryptography. So these are the topics under unit number 2. So I decompose unit number 2 into two subdivision. One is called block cipher. The first half is called block cipher. The second one is called PKC, that is public key cryptography. Today's lecture class, I would like to give a presentation on data encryption standard, number 1. Number 2, block cipher principle. Third one, block cipher mode of operation. So these are the 3 topics I am going to teach you today in this lecture class. Let us see one by one. So topic 1, it is called data encryption standard. So the meaning of data, you know very well. Data instruction, a set of instruction is called program. Data means an information which is supposed to be variable. So what is data encryption means? They are converting plain text information into ciphertext information using a particular standard called data encryption standard, abbreviated as DES. So what is data encryption? What is the meaning for encryption? The meaning for encryption is the action to convert the plain text information into a ciphertext information using a particular key. If you have a key, you can recover the information. If you have the key, you can transform the information. But if you don't have the key, you cannot recover the information. That is the meaning of encryption. So data encryption, a message plain text is encrypted through the use of an encryption key to create a ciphertext. So your message is called plain text information. The message which goes into the media is called ciphertext information, that is secured message. So how they are doing this encryption technology? Using a key called encryption key. You can see the diagram. Plain text, encryption, a key is corrected. Ciphertext goes into the network. This cloud is nothing but a network. We have a decryption along with the key. Remember, you can use the same key for encryption and decryption. In such a case, it is called symmetric key cryptography. Why it is called symmetric key cryptography means I'm using a common key for both encryption and decryption. So the cryptography is called SKC, symmetric key cryptography. And what is meant by asymmetric key cryptography? If I use a pair of key, pair means 2 in number, one key for the encryption, another key for the decryption, then it is called asymmetric key cryptography. It is called AKC. So, but in this diagram, let us assume a common key is used for encryption and decryption. So, ciphertext goes through the internet. We are having a plain text on the receiver side. So, sender, receiver, network, encryptor, decryptor. This method is called data encryption. So, this data encryption, how to select the encryption key? You must keep on changing the encryption key from time to time. Even with the case of our internet banking, we are having a user ID and a keyword to do fund transactions or any type of transactions through the internet with our banking account. We are supposed to change the password from time to time. You cannot have a same password all the time. If you are having a same password all the time, your password is supposed to be tampered. Your password is supposed to be hacked. So we have to change the internet banking password from time to time. Similarly, the encryption key, which is used for converting plaintext to ciphertext information, must be changed from time to time. Why? In order to make the hacker task more difficult, intruder task more difficult. Restoration of ciphertext to clear text is achieved by an action called decryption. So what do you mean by decryption? Reverse action of encryption. What is reverse action of encryption? You are converting ciphertext information into plain text information or clear text information using a decryption key. So we are having two types of key here. One is SKC, another one is AKC. SKC means symmetric key, single key. Symmetric single key cryptography. It is called SKC. So both the encryption and the decryption key will be the same. You are sharing the same key, common key, with both the sender and the receiver. In such a case, it is called symmetric key cryptography. What is asymmetric? A pair of key will be used. The key will not be common. So one key for the sender, another key for the receiver. Keys will be totally different. In such a case, it is called asymmetric key cryptography or AKC. It is also called public key cryptography. The another name for asymmetric key cryptography is nothing but public key cryptography. So what are the encryption method? What are the technology or the techniques used under encryption method? Encryption is accomplished. Accomplished means achieved by scrambling the bit, character, word or phrases in the original message. Scrambling means you are changing. You are modifying either the bit present in the message, character. Character or word means a sequence of bit, a group of bit. 8-bit is called a character, or a group of 16-bit is called a word, or more number of words put together is called a phrase. Suppose you are changing the bit or a character or word or phrase in the original message, then it is called encryption. But how do you do scrambling? How do you modify? So there are two activities connected with the scrambling. One is called transposition. Second one is called substitution. So what is the transposition? Transposition means you are not going to change the order of the bit. You are not going to change the order of the character, word or phrases. Sorry, you are not going to change the content of the message. You are not going to change the content of the message. Only the order of the bit, order of the character, order of the phrase will be changed. For example, if it is in first order, it will be changing to the third order. Transposition means what? You are moving only the position of the letters in the original message. The method is called transposition. Substitution means for each and every letter in the original message, we are going to substitute something. We have seen different type of cipher under substitution technique. Caesar cipher, mono-alphabetic cipher, polyalphabetic cipher, Playfair cipher, Hill cipher, one-pad cipher, binary cipher. So many ciphers we have seen. So in the cipher techniques, what they are doing means we are substituting one letter in the original message by another letter to convert it to the ciphertext without changing the order. We are not changing the order. If the order is changed without changing the content, it is called transposition. If the content is changed without changing the order, it is called substitution. So there are two activities connecting with the scrambling. One is called transposition, second one is called substitution. Now let us have a glance on DES, Data Encryption Standard. It is abbreviated as DES, most widely used algorithm in the field of cryptography. Invented by IBM company. Symmetric crypto system. Symmetric crypto system means this DES algorithm employs only common key for both the sender and the receiver. That is why it is called symmetric crypto system. But why it is developed? To protect unclassified data. Unclassified data means raw data, sensitive information, computer data, as well as to provide authentication for electronic fund transfer messages. So what is required for authentication of electronic fund transfer messages? Login ID, then comes user ID password, then comes a transaction password, the one-time password. These are the authentication message under electronic fund transfer message. So in these places, we are using DES algorithm so that symmetric crypto system has been implemented. DES algorithm still in detail. So what they are doing? So initially, this is nothing but the intro about DES algorithm. Now, in detail, what does the algorithm do? DES algorithm accepts the plain text information. That means the original information from the sender. The letter is called P. It performs an initial permutation. See, the meaning of permutation means either will be going for a substitution technique or either will be going for a transposition technique. The method is called permutation. Permutation means one combination. So it performs an initial permutation, IP. IP means initial permutation on the plain text, producing P0. So I am getting the original message from the sender, P. I am implementing one permutation, IP. Now the P is transformed to P0. But we have to convert P0 to ciphertext C. Now the block is broken into left and right offs. For example, your total message is nothing but a block. So this block, after doing initial permutation, they are decomposing the block into two parts. One is left hand side, another one is right hand side. So one is left hand side, another one is right hand side. The total number of bit is 64 bit. So the first 32 bit is said to be the left hand side. The last 32 bit is said to be the right hand side. And with the L0 and R0, what do you mean by L0 and R0? The first time we are having the L0 and R. See, the L0 means the first 32 bit. The R0 means the next 32 bit. The total number of bit is 64 bit. We are doing 16 rounds. That means 16 times of permutation will be employed until L16 and R16 will be generated. Because the first permutation, initial permutation is L0 and R0, but after 16 permutation we get L16 and R16. Once that is generated, inverse permutation is applied to L16 and R16 to produce the ciphertext information C. Your original message converted to P0 using initial permutation. That block message divided into two parts. One is left hand side, another one is right hand side. First left 32 bit, next right 32 bit. Total number of bit is 64 bit. Now L0 and R0 is available. 16 times of permutation applied, L16 and R16 obtained. Now inverse permutation is applied to L16 and R16 so that ciphertext information C will be available. So these are the steps involved in the DES algorithm. The methodology is called data encryption. The algorithm is called DES algorithm. Now let us see the one more algorithm called public key crypto system. It is also called AKC, asymmetric key cryptography. So here a pair of key will be used. One key meant for the sender, another key meant for the receiver. It is an asymmetric crypto system. Crypto system means model. It's a crypto model. First announced in the year 1976, offer a radically different approach to encryption. So in what way it gives a different approach to encryption means in the previous one, DES algorithm, we are using the same key for encryption and decryption. But here we are using a pair of different key, one for the sender and another for the receiver. In such a case, it is offering a different approach to the field of encryption. We are now discussing about only encryption. I'm not talking about decryption. So the idea depends upon the use of pair of key that differ in a complementary way. So that differ in a complementary way means the keys will be complementary to each other. Obviously, both the key will be different in nature, but the keys will be complementary to each other in general. Several algorithms are proposed under PKC. So under PKC or AKC, so many algorithms they have proposed or implemented. But one such algorithm which provides highest security is said to be RSA algorithm. So RSA algorithm is considered to be highly secure. And what are you going to achieve this PKC or AKC? Privacy and authentication can be improved. Privacy means the percentage of secrecy, the percentage of confidentiality will be improved. Authentication, what do you mean by authentication? Allowing only the authorized user and not allowing the unauthorized user into the network or into the message or into the sender or receiver is called authentication. So privacy and authentication will be better in the case of PKC when compared to DES algorithm, which comes under SKC, symmetric key cryptography. Now we are coming across one methodology called crypto analysis. I hope you remember the meaning of crypto analysis. Crypto analysis comes under unit number 1. It is mean code breaking. Somebody in the middle of the network will be able to tamper the message sent by the sender before going to the receiver. So we come across two attacks. One is called active attack. The second one is called passive attack. Active attack means we are getting the information and then just transferring the information to the receiver, just like that is called passive attack. Active attack means you are getting the message, you are tampering the message. Sometimes you may modify the message, sometimes you will hold the message and retransmit to the receiver. In such a case, it is said to be active attack. So active attack, passive attack, they come under the category called crypto analysis. Crypto analysis means code breaking. Code breaking means tampering the information sent by the sender to the receiver in the middle of the network. So what do you mean by differential crypto analysis means you are doing double methodology. You are doing a primary method as well as a secondary method to implement crypto analysis. In such a case, it is said to be differential crypto analysis in order to attack the messages in the middle of the network. One of the most significant public advances in crypto analysis, differential crypto analysis, known in the year 1970 with the DES design. So these three people, Murphy, Bigham, and Shamir, published in the year 1990. Powerful method to analyze the block cipher. Powerful method to analyze. Powerful method to analyze the block cipher. What do you want, man? Any difficulty? Powerful method to analyze the block cipher. Hello? Shall I continue? So this one is a powerful method to analyze the block cipher, because under this unit 2, we are discussing two topics. One is block cipher, another one is public key cryptography. So differential crypto analysis is a powerful method in order to analyze the block cipher. How it is a powerful method? This is a method for breaking the message sent by the sender to the receiver. So to analyze the block cipher, we can implement this method. It is used to analyze most current block cipher with a varying degree of success. So there are different type of block cipher available with respect to degree of success. So based upon the type of the block cipher, this method can be implemented to analyze the block cipher. DES reasonably resistant to it. So we are using a DES algorithm. Why we are using a DES algorithm? We want to encrypt the message, transform the message to the receiver through the network. So DES algorithm somewhat provide resistance against this differential crypto analysis method. Still some more information about it. Differential crypto analysis uses cipherstructure not previously used. Design of SNP network. See, SNP network means S stands for substitution, P stands for permutation. So SNP means both substitution as well as transposition will come into picture. So in the last student, we have come across three techniques: substitution technique, transposition technique. The third one is combining both the substitution and the transposition technique. In such a case, the network is called SP network. So the SP network, design of SP network also can be easily done with respect to differential crypto analysis. It compares related pair of encryption. For example, a pair of encryption goes, it will take another pair of encryption. It will make a comparison and then it will go for the code breaking. That is why it is called differential crypto analysis. It is a complex method. There will be a known difference in the input. For a known difference, it will search for a known difference in the output. You can see the mathematical expression. Delta mi plus 1 equal to, delta means difference. So what is the difference we come across? I plus 1, mi plus 1 and m complement I plus 1. So these, what is the, how do you find the difference? XOR operation. So when you find the XOR operation, how does XOR gate operate? Whenever the inputs are different, XOR gate will give output 1. I just tell the truth table for XOR gate. 0, 0 will be 0, 0, 1 will be 1, 1, 0, 1, and 1, 1 will be 0. So the XOR gate will give a logic 1 whenever the inputs are different. So here the inputs are different. How do you say inputs are different? One is mi plus 1. Another one is mi plus 1 complement. So both of them are different. So for the difference in the input, how do you find the difference in input? Using an XOR gate. So that is represented by delta mi plus 1. So this we are expanding now. How do we expand now? I plus 1, the previous value, I minus 1. XOR with the function of, there is a round function, mi comma ki. F is the round function, mi is the previous value, mi minus 1 is the current value, ki is the sub key, the key generated by the algorithm. We are XORing with the variable with respect to mi plus 1 complement. Finally, we are getting this equation. We are clubbing the round function within the bracket. We are taking delta minus 1 outside. So this expression relates difference in the input with respect to difference in the output as far as this crypto analysis method is concerned. Differential crypto analysis. It performs the attack. I was telling the types of attack. One attack is called active attack. The second is passive attack. By repeatedly encrypting the plain text pair, it will not only take one pair and one plain text information, it will take a pair of information, one message and another message. It will do the comparison. Based upon the comparison only, it will perform the attack with respect to input XOR and output XOR gate. When found, if intermediate rounds matched required XOR will have a right pair. It will do the permutation and the combination to find out the correct XOR operation. If the correct XOR operation is available, the correct pair of messages will be selected and attack will be implemented. Or otherwise, it is said to be the wrong pair. So right pair means same key bit. Wrong pair means random value will be there based upon the rounds of permutation and the combination. If there is a larger number of rounds, it makes the process more difficult. Attack on full DES require an effort on the order of. So attack on full DES will be possible with respect to the differential crypto analysis method. So far what we have seen means we have seen about symmetric key cryptography, asymmetric key cryptography, what is meant by data encryption, what is meant by data decryption, and what is DES algorithm, what is PKC algorithm, how do they differ from each other, and what is differential crypto analysis. So what are the various features connected with the differential crypto analysis. Now we are going to see the topic on linear crypto analysis. So what is meant by linear crypto analysis? Another recent development in addition to differential crypto analysis, Also a statistical method. Statistical method means a message will be given in the correct form. The validity of the message will be protected. So based on finding the linear approximation to model the transformation of DES algorithm, this method is implemented. This method can attack DES algorithm with the 2 power 47 known plain test, still in practice infeasible. So what are the permutation and combination possible by this linear crypto analysis method in order to attack data encryption standard in the network? So there are 47 bits are available. Suppose if it is 47 bit means 2 power 47 plain text information is possible to tamper that information and then give an attack on the DES algorithm or DES encrypted messages in the computer network. Such a method is called linear crypto analysis. Now we are going to give an overview on data encryption standard. So we have considered the terminology of data encryption standard. Classical cipher techniques are available. Classical cipher techniques means substitution technique, transposition technique, a combination of both, permutation technique. Then crypto analysis using letter frequency, transposition cipher, substitution cipher. Classical cipher techniques means in addition to substitution and transposition, they may come across technography and symmetric key cryptography. So these are the 4 techniques which are very much correlated with the data encryption standard. Modern block cipher, block versus team cipher. We'll go to topic number 2, block cipher principle. So before going to topic 2, block cipher principle, under topic 1, what we have seen is what is meant by data encryption. What is DES algorithm? How do you perform encryption? How do you perform decryption? What are the various steps connected with the DES algorithm? What are the various steps connected with the public key cryptography? What is the difference between symmetric key cryptography and asymmetric key cryptography? So symmetric key cryptography, asymmetric key cryptography. Asymmetric means public key cryptography, PKC. Then we have seen 2 methods of crypto analysis. Crypto analysis means code breaking. Under code breaking, we are having 2 types. One is differential crypto analysis. Another one is linear crypto analysis. We have seen the important features of linear crypto analysis and differential crypto analysis under topic number 1. Let us move to topic number 2, block cipher principle. Principles of block cipher. So I was telling the meaning of cipher. Cipher means algorithm. Cipher test means transformed message. Plain text means original message. Block cipher means an algorithm which transform the message in terms of block and then implement the key to convert to cipher text. That is why it is called block cipher. We are going to see the principles, various principles of block cipher. Under block cipher, we are going to apply larger substitution technology. 64-bit block we are going to use periodically. So the number of entries will be 2 power 64 because the number of the message will be converted to 64-bit block. So the number of bit is 64 and the number of table entry will be 2 power 64. Arbitrary reversible substitution cipher for a larger block size is not practicable. It is not practical. So we are going to use the maximum size 64-bit. So until 64-bit, both the encryption is possible as well as decryption is possible. Mainly, we are going to implement substitution technique rather than transposition technique in this algorithm. That is why it is called block cipher. And what will be the key size? We are having 64-bit. We are having 2 power 64. But when we see the key size, the combination will be 2 power 64 factorial. 2 power 64 factorial number of key size will be available. And most of the symmetric block cipher. Under block cipher, we are going to use only the symmetric technology. So symmetric block cipher are based on Feastel cipher structure. Let us see the Feastel cipher structure in the coming slide. and will be able to decrypt the ciphertext to require message very efficiently. So block cipher principle means mainly substitution technique will be that number of bit equal to 64, 2 power 64 entries are available, 2 power 64 factorial key size is possible. We are going to follow the Feasel cipher structure to implement the block cipher. In 1949, Shannon theorem, I hope you would have come across Shannon-Fanon theorem in information coding theory. So Shannon introduced the idea of a substitution permutation network. It is called SP network. That means permutation means what? Both the transposition and the substitution put together is called permutation. The network is called SP network, substitution permutation network. It uses modern substitution, transposition, product cipher. So I was telling in the previous classes, so there are 3 techniques available under the cipher algorithm. One is substitution technique, second one is a transposition, third one a combination of both. When the combination of both is available, it is applied to SP network. That sort of algorithm or cipher is available in the case of SP network. So SP network based upon 2 primitive cryptographic operation. One is substitution, another one is permutation. Permutation means transposition. So what is substitution? Each and every letter will be substituted without changing the order. What is the transposition? The order will be changed without changing the content. So if both substitution and transposition is involved, it is said to be SP network. It provides 2 activity. One is called confusion, second one is called diffusion of the message. If there is confusion and diffusion, message cannot be tapped easily by the hacker in the middle of the network. Let us see the meaning of diffusion and confusion. Diffusion, dissipate statistical structure of plain text over the bulk of ciphertext. Statistical structure of plain text over the bulk of ciphertext information. So diffusion means your ciphertext, your plain text information, different type of structures, statistical structures will be followed in order to convert the plain text information into ciphertext information. The process is called diffusion. So if you don't follow one combination or one permutation or one methodology for converting plain text to ciphertext information, the activity is called diffusion. What is confusion? Confusion means the relation between the ciphertext and the key. If the relation between the ciphertext and the key, what is the relation between the ciphertext and the key? If the relation is known, plain text can be recovered. If the relation is not known, plain text cannot be easily recovered. So if the relation between the ciphertext and the key is confused manner, means definitely it is said to be complex. So I told you the block cipher mainly dependent on Feasel cipher structure. It is shown in the diagram. The incoming block, plain text information, is a block of information. It is divided into 2 blocks. It is divided into 2 blocks. One is left hand side, another one is right block, left block. In the center, we are having a room for key. What is KI? KI means subkey. Subkey means a part of the key given. So a part of the key is taken. The block is divided into 2 parts, left part and the right part. And based upon the left part, right part and the subkey, some type of permutation rounds will be implemented. Finally, ciphertext will be obtained. I will tell you the steps involved in this Feasel cipher structure. Feasel cipher structure implement Shannon SP network. S stands for substitution, P stands for permutation network concept. The block, input block, what is our input block? The message is input block. It is divided into 2 parts. One is left part, another one is right part. Process through multiple round. Your right block as well as left block is subject to many number of permutation combination. Perform a substitution on the left hand side data. So there will be a substitution technique implemented on the left hand side, but the right hand side, it is subjected to round function along with the subkey. Once again, I will tell you, The incoming message is converted to a block. The block is divided into two parts, left part and the right part. The left part is subject to substitution technique. The right part is subjected to round function along with the subkey. And finally, a combination will be obtained after a permutation for many rounds. It is called permutation swapping. After many rounds, you are just swapping the hall. Swapping means just replacing, keep on changing, and finally you will obtain the ciphertext information. So what is the number of round? N number of sequential round will be there. A substitution will be applied on the left hand part. The left side part, substitution technique will be implemented. Right side part is subject to the rotate function. Take XR of the output of 1 and the Li. The round function is parameterized by the subkey. The round function, one part is the right box, the another part is nothing but the subkey. We'll see the formula. Block size. The Feistel cipher design principle is given here. If the block size is increased, security will be better, but speed will come down. Suppose we are increasing the key size, security will be better, but the speed of the cipher will come down. Number of rounds also, subkey generation, round function, fast software, encryption and ease of analysis. By increasing this parameter, what are the parameters? Size of the block, size of the key, number of rounds you are doing the permutation, subkey generation, round function, fast software. You are implementing various parameters, various constraints on the right side block as well as the left side block in order to transform the incoming plain text information to the ciphertext information. The security will be better, but remember, if you increase the constraint parameter, security will be improved, but the speed of the cipher will come down. The speed of the algorithm will be come down. Recovering message at the receiver side will take more time when compared to the sender. So these are the various principles connected with the Feistel cipher design. It is shown in the form of a diagram. So whatever I told you is shown in the form of a diagram. Center one, key processing. Left hand side, left block. Right hand side, right block. Swapping. This exchange shows swapping after permutation. What do you mean by permutation? Permutation means each and every round is said to be a permutation. After each and every round, the combination keeps on changing. So after doing n number of round, I am swapping. After swapping, I am forming the ciphertext information. So incoming is plain text information, outgoing is ciphertext information. So that outgoing ciphertext information is given here. It is given here. Reverse process takes place. So we are getting the plain text information at the other side. So whatever you are doing for the process of encryption, we do it in the reverse side is called decryption. So any difficulties so far under topic 1 and topic 2? If there is any difficulty, you can put it in the chat box. Shall I proceed, Kishore?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sure, sir.
Okay. So we are discussing about the Feistel cipher decryption technology because only this structure has been followed in the block cipher. I was telling under unit number 2, we are discussing about two important topics. One is block cipher, another one is data encryption standard. Sorry, public key cryptography, which is called PKC. Now we'll go to this DES algorithm, most widely used block cipher. So remember, your block under block cipher, this DES algorithm comes. So DES algorithm is the most widely used block cipher in the world. It is adopted in 1977 by NBS. Encrypt 64-bit data using 56-bit key. So under DES standard, number of bit in the data will be 64. Number of bit in the key will be 56. It has got very widespread application. It has been developed by IBM. these are the introduction about the data encryption standard. So the data encryption standard is public. It was considered controversy over the design in the choice of 56-bit key. But there was one more block cipher algorithm called Lucifer, which is 128-bit. Number of bit in the data is 128-bit. This one is 56-bit. So what is the application of DES, especially in the finance industry? In finance application, DES algorithm is used. It is based upon the block cipher. So in the block cipher, we are using Feisal cipher structure for encryption as well as decryption. So what is meant by that? Initial permutation. Now we are going to see the DES algorithm in detail, DES round structure in detail, how DES algorithm in detail. So initial permutation means IP. IP means it reorders the input data bit quite regular in structure. The first step in the field of data computation. Data computation means both encryption and decryption put together is called data computation. So the initial step in the field of encryption is initial permutation, which is called IP. Now let us see the steps connected with the round structure, DES round structure. Your total incoming message is 64-bit in data. It is divided into two blocks. One is called L block, another one is R block, each of 32-bit. And for the Feisal cipher, we have to put the equation like this: Lj equal to Rj minus 1. So right side, I'm assigning to the left hand side. Rj equal to Lj minus 1 XR with f of Rj minus 1 comma Ki. So Rj means right hand side, Lj means left hand side. XR operation we are doing with the round function. So inside the round function, what are the parameters? One is the right block, another one is the sub key. It takes 32-bit R. I'm telling about the round function. It takes 32-bit R of and 48-bit sub key. So for a round function, two parameters should be available. Both the parameter number of bits should be equal. But here, the right block is having 32-bit, but whereas the sub key is having 48-bit. So we need to convert right block into 48-bit using an expansion permutation called E. Then finally, sub key will be added. So 48-bit plus 48-bit will be added. So that combination will be given to 8 S boxes. S boxes means substitution technique. See, we are doing permutation technique as well as substitution technique. That is why it is called SP network. So what is permutation combination? So permutation round is this one. This portion is called permutation combination. Substitution, after doing that, we are passing that message to the permutation in order to get a 32-bit result. Finally, permute this using 32-bit permutation function P to get the final result. See the diagram. Just have a look at the diagram. This diagram does the round function f r of k. So our total encryption technique consists of two methodology. One methodology is called substitution technique. Second one is called permutation. So under permutation, we are combining two parameters. One is called the round function. Another one is called the sub key. So round function f parameter r comma k. R is right block. K is the sub key. This one is 32-bit. This one is 48-bit. So we have to combine them into a combination called 48-bit, and then we have to subject to substitution technology. Right block, 32-bit in size is coming inside. Expansion permutation E, converting 32 to 48-bit. It comes here. Sub key generated by the algorithm, 48 comes here. Both are added. We are getting a combination 48-bit. 8 boxes are available. 8 substitution boxes are available. So each and every block, it will take 6-bit. So 8 into 6, 48-bit. So S1 will take the first 6 bit. S8 will take the last 6 bit. So totally 48 bits will be there. Substitution technology will be employed. What do you mean by substitution technology? Each and every letter in the ciphertext information will be substituted by another letter in the plaintext information. So we are combining them. Giving to a permutation, because it is a 48 bit. When it is given to another permutation, by which we are able to get the 32 bit combination outside from the round function. So that is what explained here. For example, in S1, the input is 0110001. The first 2 bit will be the row 1. The middle row, the first and the last bit will be the row bit. The middle 4 bits will be the column bit. So 01 is row 1, 1100 is column number 12. So value in row 1, column 12 is 9. So this 9 should be expressed in terms of binary bit 1001. So this is converted to the result 32 bit. How it is converted to 32 bit? Your LSB will be 1001. Remaining bits will be 0. So this is converted to a 32 bit result. So these are the various steps involved in the DES algorithm. So initial permutation of the key PC1, divide the 56 bit into two 28 bit of total number of data bit equal to 56, dividing into left and right each 28 bit of, at each round left shift each of separately either 1 or 2, making a shift operation, so that you will get different combination each and every time. Combine 2 half to 56 bit, permuting them by PC2 for use in the function F. Finally, it takes 56 bit input, outputs 48 bit information. So this schedule is called DES key schedule. So we have seen the technology under DES algorithm. Two type of technology. One is substitution technology. The second one is permutation technology. The diagram indicates permutation technology in detail. Then finally, substitution technology will be implemented. We'll be able to get a 32-bit result, by which DES algorithm will be implemented to convert the plain text information into ciphertext information under topic 2. So DES decryption, the totally reverse encryption methodology. Whatever steps we followed in the process of encryption is totally opposite for decryption. So there is an effect called avalanche effect. It's a key desirable property of encryption algorithm. Strong avalanche. Avalanche means your effect, whether your effect is found to be reliable. What is your effect? You are converting plain text information into ciphertext information. See that conversion process is reliable. How do you say it is reliable? Your data should be protected. Your data should be reliable. Your data should have an authentic information. Only authorized user must be able to use that information. So in that way, it is having avalanche effect. So DES algorithm is having avalanche effect or exhibiting avalanche effect. So what are the strength of DES? What are the important features of DES with respect to strength? Let us see. Size of the key. So I told you the number of bit in the key is equal to 56. So 2 power 56 combinations are available. So brute force attack, it is very difficult to implement brute force attack on the DES algorithm when implemented over the network, and still must be able to recognize the plain text information. Now they are considering alternate to DES algorithm. So one of the important strength of DES is nothing but the size of the key. The key size is combination is 2 power 56 combinations are possible. Second one, timing attack. Strength of DES equal to timing attack. Attack actual implementation of the cipher. Use knowledge of consequences of implementation to derive the knowledge of all the subkey bit. So if you want to have a timing attack on the DES algorithm implemented in the network, it will be somewhat difficult, because you need to know the complete knowledge on the subkey bit. You need to know the knowledge on the implementation technology. So what technology is implemented, what knowledge on the sub-key should be available. So that should be already known in order to perform the timing attack. This is one of the strength of DES. Another strength is called analytic attack. So now we have several analytic attack on DES algorithm. They include a differential crypto analysis, linear crypto analysis, related key attack. So these are the three attacks which are possible on DES algorithm. So this we have already seen: differential crypto analysis, linear crypto analysis, related key attack. Related key means whatever key they go for, whether they go for a common key, public key, or whether they go for an asymmetric pair of key. So these attacks are possible on DES algorithm. Go to topic number 3, block cipher mode of operation. So topic 1, we have seen about DES standard. Topic 2, principles of block cipher. Now let us see what are the various modes of operation under block cipher. So there are various modes of operation. The first mode is called electronic code book. Electronic code book, it is called ECB. What do you mean by ECB? We are dividing the message into a number of independent blocks. I divide the message into a number of independent blocks before encryption. Each block will be given a value called code book. That is why it is called electronic code book. So where it is used, secure transmission of single value. If you want to transmit single value messages or two value messages, in that cases, electronic code book operation will be used. You can see the diagram. So each and every message decomposed into a number of blocks. You can see the number of block 1, 2, n number of blocks are available. All are totally independent. Then only C2 is available. After giving the key, the plain text information is converted to C1. Here key P2 is converted to C2. We are using the common key here. Common key, that means symmetric key cryptography. Such a code of operation is called electronic code book operation. So what are the advantages, disadvantages of ECB? Repetition messages may show in ciphertext information. If there are any repetitions available in the message, it will be easily possible for the hacker to tamper the message. Particularly used for the data such as graphical information. Independent, that is one of the demerit information. You cannot send a number of blocks, you can send only a few blocks of data. So these are the advantages and the disadvantages of ECB. Cyber block chaining, abbreviated as CBC. Message will be broken into a number of blocks, and the block will be linked together in the encryption operation. Previous block chained to the current block, therefore the name called cyber block chaining, where it is used bulk data encryption and authentication. You can compare the previous one. What is the previous one? The previous one is ECB. It is used in single value information. But bulk data information means you can go for CBC. Look at the diagram. In this diagram, blocks are not totally independent. A part of the information is given to the another block. Here also it is given here. So there is a chain available, block chaining available. Method is called cyber block chaining. What are the advantages and the disadvantages of CBC? Dependency. Each and every block depends upon all the message block. Suppose if there is a change in one block, it will affect the total block. These two are the advantages and the disadvantages. Go to the third mode of operation, cipher feedback. Cipher feedback. So now we are not going to convert the message into block. The first two message will be converted into block. Now message as a combination of bit, as a stream of bit. So this stream of bit will be added to the output of the block cipher, and the result will be fed back to the next stage. You can see it here. Your stream of information. This is the plain text information given as a stream of bit. This one is the block cipher. K is the sub key. So the ciphertext block, it is fed back to the another block. That means based upon very much appropriate when the data arrives in bits or bytes. This method is applicable when you are having the message in terms of bits or bytes. Most common method used in the block cipher. Block cipher is used in encryption mode at both the end. Errors propagate for several blocks after the error. Suppose you are increasing the number of blocks, you may come across error. These are the advantages and the limitations of CFP. Output feedback. Message is treated as a stream of bit. Output of cipher is added to the message. You can see it that the diagram is not available. So output of cipher, this is similar to the previous one. The output of the cipher block will be added to the message and then it will be fed back to the next block. That means your output of the first block, cipher output as well as incoming message will be blended. Cipher test will be preferred, fed back to the another one. But the feedback is independent of the message. Whatever you are feeding to the next block is totally independent of the plain text information, can be computed in advance. The advantages application is stream encryption over noisy channel. So whenever you come across any noisy channel, the channel is not reliable. The channel is not good for sending the information. We come across lot of interference from the channel that is called noisy channel. In that case, we can use this method. Advantages and limitations of output feedback OFB. Similar to counter feedback CFB. So whenever a feedback or a problem or need to encryption before the message is available. So whenever you come across any error in the feedback or the output of one block before feeding to the another block, this method of operation is more reliable for finding out the error. A variation of Vernam cipher, originally specified with M-bit feedback in the standard. The last method of operation is called counter. Counter is a new mode of operation proposed by the people. It is similar to output feedback, but encrypts a counter value rather than the feedback value. It is not going to encrypt the feedback value from the previous block. It is going to encrypt only the counter value. Must have a different key and a counter value for every block. This one is used for high-speed network encryption. Counter block totally independent. You can see the counter value will be encrypted and then combined with the plain text information to get C1. Subkey key is applied. Plain text P1 is applied. Similarly here counter plus 1 will be encrypted. So it totally found to be independent. Similar to output feedback method of operation. It is used for high-speed network. So advantages and limitations of this counter feedback, this counter method of operation. Efficiency, you can go for parallel encryption, good for high-speed link, random access to encrypted data block, provable security, can be used. You can never reuse the key or counter value. Otherwise, the chain will be broken. So these are the advantages and the limitations of CTR. So under unit under topic number 3, we have seen different modes of operation. Electronic code book operation. Number 2, cipher block chaining. These are the various methods of operation. So today we have seen 3 topics. One is data encryption standard. The second one is block cipher principles of block cipher algorithm. Third one is various modes of block cipher operation. So these are the 3 topics we have seen it today. If you have any difficulty or clarification regarding the topic, you can put it in the chat box now. Any difficulty in understanding the today's topic? Kishore?
Yes, sir. No, sir. It is clear, sir. No problem.
Sir? Okay, shall we close the lecture?
Yes, sir. We can close the lecture, sir.
Okay.